I think I'm starting to realize that I put on too much of like a brave face when I talk about my faith, about God. Like there's more like I don't want to say failure, but like struggle, like almost being a bit like confounded, not understanding something when it comes to my spiritual life, where I'm like now just sitting here and thinking about what am I gonna do. I have to do things. Usually I would be traveling on my bicycle, kind of enjoying that pretty much, but also being like active, exercising, which kind of gets me to think about things and maybe be in the moment in a more enjoyable way. But when I'm just like sitting here, there's like this it's so strange. It's like I'm asleep in some way, in a spiritual sense. Anyway, I wanted to read Genesis 43. Judah pledges for Benjamin. This is what I wanted to read. Now the famine was severe in the land. When they finished eating the grain they had brought from Egypt, their father said to them, "Go back, buy us a little food." But Judah said to him, "The man warned us firmly, saying, 'You won't see my face unless your brother is with you. If you send our brother with us, we will go down and buy grain for you for food. But if you won't send him, we won't go down, because the man said to us, "You won't see my face unless your brother is with you.'" Then Israel said, "Why did you do evil to me by telling the man that you have another brother?" They said, "The man questioned particularly about us and about our relatives, saying, 'Is your father still alive? Do you have a brother?'" Really? I don't remember Joseph questioning about this. I remember them just like volunteering this information. Anyway. So we spoke to him on the basis of these words. How could we possibly know that he would say, "Bring your brother down"? Then Judah said to his father Israel, "Please send the boy with me, and we'll go up and go, so that we live and not die, we and you and our children. I myself will be his pledge. You can demand him back from my own hand. If I don't bring him back to you and place him before you, then you can blame me all my days." If we had not delayed, we could have returned twice by now. Then their father Israel said to them, "If it must be so, then do this. Take some of the best products of the land in your bags and bring an offering to the man, a little balsam and a little honey, gum and myrrh, pistachios and almonds. And take in your hand a double portion of silver, and bring back in your hand the silver that has been returned in the mouth of your sacks. Perhaps it was a mistake." So yeah, they are confused why the money was returned. It's kind of interesting of Joseph to do that. It kind of places these people like in his debt in some sense, because he returned the money. He's kind of clever, right? No, he is very clever to do something like that. Huh. "Take your brother too now, get up, go back to the man. May El Shaddai grant you mercy before the man, so that he may release your other brother to you along with Benjamin. As for me, if I am bereaved, I am bereaved." And to look up that word, bereaved. The brothers returned with Benjamin. Then the men took this offering. They also took the double portion of silver in their hand, as well as Benjamin. So they got up and went down to Egypt and stood before Joseph. When Joseph saw Benjamin with them, he said to the one over his house, "Bring the men into the house, slaughter an animal and prepare it, for the men will eat with me this afternoon." So the man did as Joseph said, and the man brought the men into Joseph's house. But the men were afraid, because they had been brought into Joseph's house. They said, "It's because of the silver that was returned to our sacks the first time that we are being brought in, to pounce on us and fall on us and take us as slaves along with our donkeys." Okay, they're very suspicious. So they approached the man who was over Joseph's house and spoke to him at the entrance of the house. I beg your pardon, my lord, they said. We indeed came down on the previous occasion to buy grain for food. When we came into the lodge and opened our sacks, behold, there was each man's money at the opening of the sack, the full amount of our money. So we've returned it in our hand. Moreover, we've brought down other money in our hand to buy grain for food. We didn't know who put our money into our sacks. Be at peace, he replied, don't be afraid. Your God and the God of your father has given you treasure in your sacks. Your money had come to me. Then he brought Simeon out to them, and the man brought the men into Joseph's house, gave them... What does that mean? Your money had come to me. This is the man servant who is talking now, the servant of Joseph. Your money had come to me. What does that mean? Are you like confessing that you're the one who put it back in their sacks? And the man brought the men into Joseph's house, gave them water, and they washed their feet. He also provided fodder for their donkeys. So they prepared the offering for Joseph's coming at noon, for they had heard that they were going to eat there. When Joseph came home, they brought him the offering in their hand into the house, and they bowed down to the ground to him. Then he asked if they were well and said, Is he well, your elderly father that you told me about? Is he still alive? Your servant, our father, is well, they said. He is still alive. Then they knelt and bowed down. Then he lifted his eyes and saw his brother Benjamin. Is Benjamin gonna recognize Joseph? I feel like he is. His mother's son, and said, Is this your youngest brother whom you mentioned to me? Then he said, May God be gracious to you, my son. Then Joseph hurried out because his compassion grew warm and tender toward his brother, so that he wanted to cry. So he went into an inner room and wept there. Then he washed his face, came out, and controlled himself. Serve the food, he said. So they served him by himself, them by themselves, and Egyptians who were eating with him by themselves, for Egyptians could not eat with Hebrews because it was an abomination to Egyptians. That's funny. They had something like that as well. The ancient Jews also had like these things, right? They just can't eat with somebody. It is so wrong to eat food with them. You can't really like ridicule this because it's about, I feel so bad. It's about different things, obviously. It's about spiritual things. Like, you have people in the world who are at war with each other, and then they sit down and eat together. While the soldiers, the young men and even women are, killing each other because of what those men who are eating together are doing. So there's like this evil hypocrisy. There should be like this same thing that's here present, It's actually an abomination for us to buddy. And why is it an abomination? Well, because there's something incredibly corrupt about these two characters, these two groups of people to be doing that, right? So it's about something spiritual. I wonder why Egyptians didn't want to eat with the Hebrews. It's interesting though. Anyway, I don't really care. Like old religions, they're dead and gone for a reason. They're dead and gone for a reason. I'm getting annoyed that I can't pronounce words the way I want to pronounce them. They were seated before him, the firstborn according to his birthright and the youngest according to his youth. The men looked at each other in astonishment. 10 portions were brought to them from before him, and Benjamin's portion was 5 times larger than any of their portions. Yet they drank and made merry with him. Another cliffhanger. Man, they're really dragging this story out. Like, Joseph is really having a field day here with his brothers. I guess he's gonna be doing all kinds of tests. In fact, Genesis 44 is called Joseph Tests His Brothers. I just listened to a podcast by the Star Talk with Neil, and they were talking about the science of revenge. And this is like a revenge story, but it's not like malignant. As far as I can tell, I don't think this is gonna become very malignant. Is Joseph gonna test their brother? He's gonna reward the youngest brother with all kinds of like rewards and treasures. Are they gonna become envious of him? Is that the test? And they're gonna try and sell him off as a slave or get rid of him then? Man, that seems strange. Is that what's gonna happen here? I don't know. We will read about it in the next chapter. I feel like I might take a nap actually soon. God bless you guys. Maybe everybody should do this. Just read the Bible. Put it out there. Put their own face and name to it.